So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going over the mechanics of GetFit mining. So we're going to start doing daily presentations because there's so much to learn when it comes to the GetFit mining system. We wanted to really make sure that when we started developing this, it'll be 3 years ago now, at the end of this year. So we put the pen to paper in August and we started the development December will be 3 years. And so there's been a lot that's been built into this application to make it completely decentralized the way the Bitcoin decentralization is meant to be. And obviously it took a lot of work, a lot of planning, a lot of testing and debugging and getting all these features in place. It wasn't, something that you could do overnight. We built everything from its core. There's literally no third-party systems within our application. It's completely operated on the blockchain. And so when you use our Web3 or use our application, that's only for the ease of the user. We don't store anything in our servers. It's literally recorded to the blockchain. And so that was quite a task, let me tell you, to get done. You have to have a very savvy development team that's very blockchain educated and knows what they're doing, to make all of this happen and happen the right way. So we're extremely proud of it. We're leaving that beta phase. The May will be our official grand launch to the public. So all of you who are here, you're coming in as we're coming out of the beta stage. Beta means we had a limited user base for testing purposes to make sure that all functions were working. And when we got ready to launch our project, we wanted to make sure that it was ready to go. Okay, so each day of the week, we're going to start hitting on, a different section of GetFit so that people truly understand how the system works. The first thing we're going to talk about is the decentralization of GetFit mining. Being a decentralized project, it's more than just being on a DEX exchange, okay? If you're truly decentralized, all systems should be decentralized, meaning there's no human hand that's operating your system. And we distinguish ourselves as the pioneering force in the crypto space. And we are going to set a new standard for what it means to be truly decentralized. And what our goal is that people will be able to use us as an example of what you don't want to be involved in and what projects need to follow. Because you can build a truly decentralized project, which is what the crypto space, the blockchain landscape is all about. So unlike the projects that tout the decentralization in the name only, we are truly committed to that framework, and everything is built from the ground up, and it is all based on empowering our users and our community. In a truly decentralized project, your assets are not held by a single custodian, meaning me who put the pen to paper and mapped out this blueprint, meaning the development team, meaning an owner, a founder. No person should ever be the custodian of your assets. That is the purpose of blockchain. That's not the only purpose, but it's a big purpose. And this also gives you that security that you need, that nobody's running with your money. Then it happens all the time. We see it in the crypto space. You got, these project creators who throw something up and, a month, a half a month, couple months, and usually big pre-sale of their tokens and, this promise of this massive, decentralized project that they're going to build. And, 6 months later, they're off with your money and they're gone. And 99% of your crypto projects are not even here 6 months later. And it's really kind of a disheartening thing that you see happening out there. And so GetFit is not this way. Instead, we're building it the right way, truly decentralized. So you are in control of all of your assets. You are in control of your money. And everything is managed and operated by smart contracts. And these are all self-executing contracts, and they all have rules, terms, and conditions that are written into the code to make sure that the users and the community are protected. And currently, GetFit is operating on more than 50 smart contracts. It's a very complex system, but it's what's necessary to keep it decentralized for our user base. Our smart contracts in GetFit Mining automate the transactions and they enforce the rules of the ecosystem without any human intervention. Literally, if I walked away from this project tomorrow, it is still up and operational. You don't need me. You do not need our Web3. You do not need our application. It's all on the blockchain. We use what's called proof of physical activity, and GetFit has coined this term. All your other move to earn dApps and apps, they are not using true mining. They might reward you for tokens, but it's not a true mining system. We use what's called hashing. And so every time you are moving, hashes are being generated from this activity that you're doing. And at the end of your 24-hour clock, and you submit that activity, that is your proof of your physical activity, and a hash is generated and it's recorded to the blockchain, and it validates the tokens that you've mined based on your proof of physical activity. We don't store any of your data on our servers, and a lot of people don't believe me when I tell you this. We are so decentralized, so blockchain driven. Our servers cost less than $25 a month, and we are 1000% scalable because we don't store anything on our servers. Literally everything is recorded to the blockchain. And so anything that's on our servers are literally just images. And so we're excited to be able to tell people we've done this the right way. And hopefully you guys are going to love it as much as we do. Next, we're going to talk about the peer-to-peer community because this is extremely important, especially in a project like this. So our first critical phase was mapping out and blueprinting what GetFit Mining was going to be. First thing was what is it that everybody is already doing so that we don't have a limited audience, that we literally can work with every single person around the globe, no matter what country you're in. And that is your movement. And then, of course, the NFT space, it just kind of cracks me up. It blows my mind, actually, almost how ridiculous it is, because there is actually technology that goes behind the NFT space if you know how to use it. And so what we did was we created 3D interactive, algorithmic, programmable NFT miners. And they actually have, each one's got its own little computer. They're each programmable. And when we turn this on, that screen on your miner actually is calculating the activity that you're doing in a cumulative way. And it contributes to the mining power of your miner. So take our highest powered miner, for example, the Omegas. Your cumulative physical fitness, your physical activity, will begin to increase that miner's mining power. It starts out at 300%, but it can increase up to 1,000+% of mining power, which is massive. That's a really big thing here with the GetFit Mining application. And so that's what that computer does. So we literally have these NFT miners that actually have technology behind them. They're actually contributing to the mining from your proof of physical activity. So that was our first thing, developing this. The second thing was, of course, testing it and, putting it through this rigorous simulations, making sure that we really tried to break it as many times as we could. We did break it many times and then go back in and figure it out. If we had 2 million users, where would it break? If we had 3 million users, where would it break? Because sometimes when you something gets buggy or something happens inside your code, it may not happen right in the beginning. It may happen way down the road. So we've put this thing through vigorous testing. And so once we got that all done, the next step is our phase 3. But in order to get phase 3 live, the next piece is bring it in the community, opening it up to the public, and start sharing what the application is about. And so this is where the peer-to-peer community is very important. And I'm going to kind of explain to you why when we start talking about the self-sustaining ecosystem. But the bottom line is this. The GetFit community grows as more people join to mine the rewards. by tracking their fitness activities, which is enhancing the network's value and usefulness for everyone involved. Now, don't confuse this with, oh, you need new people to pay off old people. Nope, because this is all operated on smart contracts. Anytime a transaction takes place, everybody is paid in real time instantly. You don't need new people coming in to pay anybody else. You want mass adoption, because the more people who are using the application, the stronger your peer-to-peer community is. And that peer-to-peer community, as they're engaging and using the application, it begins to fund the ecosystem. It makes it a self-sustaining ecosystem. And that's what crypto is all about. The more adoption that your project has, the more value it has, the stronger it is, the better it is. So we're going to talk about, I got to move these questions off of my screen here. Hold on, it gets in the way. Okay, sorry guys. If you can hold off to raising your hand until after the presentation, because it just gets in the way of my screen. I apologize. The self-sustaining ecosystem of GetFit Mining is ingeniously designed to thrive on user participation and engagement. At its core, the value of the GetFit Mining token is linked to the active user of the application by its community. So this relationship between the usage and value stems from several key factors. The network effect. As more individuals join and engage with the GetFit Mining platform, the overall utility and the demand for the token begins to increase. This phenomenon is known as the network effect. It enhances the token's attractiveness to both new and existing users, and it drives up the value over time. And so this is the biggest reason why your peer-to-peer community is important. User engagement. GetFit Mining offers a variety of features, and each feature incentivizes regular interaction and engagement from its users. So whether it's through fitness challenges, whether it's rewarding you for your physical activity, whether it's from participating in the governance decisions, each interaction contributes to the platform's vibrancy and its appeal. The liquidity provision. This is extremely unique to GetFit Mining's ecosystem, and I have yet to find a single project that does what GetFit Mining does, and every single project should have this. And I'll just tell you why. Projects bring in millions upon millions upon millions and millions and millions of dollars. And it should not just go into the profit of that project. If you got a community who is supporting your project, you need to support that community. And so the liquidity provision, that's what we do here throughout the system based on the user's engagement. So every single piece of GetFit Mining allocates a percentage of user transactions to the liquidity pool. So the platform is ensuring that there is always sufficient depth to facilitate trades, maintain the price stability, and this liquidity provision acts as a backbone for the token's values. It offers users that confidence that they need, that they can trade their tokens without causing significant price impacts. Now, right now, our liquidity pool is not there. We're just May 4th is when we're going to really roll in to our full system where the evolution will be turned back on, because we're running promos right now. And so you'll start to see that token increase between now and May 4th, and then May 4th, we're ready to roll out full force. And so that's going to be an exciting day for everybody. The GetFit Mining ecosystem is built on a foundation where user participation directly translates into token value. So in your other projects, they always ask you to be the liquidity pool provider. You come in, you provide all the liquidity, you get transaction fee rewards and all that. That's fine, and it's great if the project isn't relying on it. That's the problem right there. When the community provides the liquidity, they can pull it anytime they want. They can add it today, they can remove it tomorrow. And so you never have that stable liquidity pool value. And so if you have it built into your ecosystem, along with what the community is doing, it makes it even better. But with the evolution contract owning the tokens, you don't worry about losing liquidity. The evolution contract cannot remove liquidity. So as the community is growing and it becomes more active, the ecosystem is becoming stronger. It's becoming more liquid. It becomes more valuable. And it's ensuring you that long-term success and that sustainability of the project. So I want to explain to you what liquidity is, why it's important. And a lot of people don't understand how liquidity works. A lot of people do. So I'm going to just give you two main things to think about. A fully liquid pool is when a pool has enough liquidity to allow all the holders to cash out at the same value. That means it's fully liquid. Why you see so much volatility in the crypto space is because you almost never get that fully liquid pool. So when the pool has sufficient funds to cover all the potential withdrawal requests by token holders at the current market value without causing any slippage or significantly impacting the price of the token involved, that's an ideal state for a liquidity pool. That indicates a strong, healthy, and stability within that project. It ensures that the liquidity providers and the token holders can enter and exit positions without adversely affecting the market. And because most of your projects don't have that fully liquid pool, you always see those big fluctuations in the value of the tokens. Now, that's not saying that GetFit's going to be fully liquid, but it's going to be very close. If we reach all our goals and we have the adoption that we want, that's a really strong place to be. But without the provision that we've included, we would never get there, like all the other projects never get there. It's just not feasible. Next, we're going to talk about the imperfect liquidity. And this is when the market price of a token in a liquidity pool is higher than what the pool can support for all holders to cash out at the same value due to insufficient liquidity to match the demand at that price. It's a liquidity mismatch. And this is what leads to that slippage that you pay on the DEX exchanges. And this is the difference between the expected price of a trade and the price at which the trade is executed. So 99.99999% of your liquidity pools are the imperfect liquidity. But with GetFit having this liquidity provision, you have extra layer of stability there that your other projects do not have. The slippage that occurs normally in your decentralized or your DEX exchanges. And that's there because there isn't enough liquidity in the pool to execute a large order at a constant price or that consistent price. So as a result, I don't know if you guys are aware, some of you are, some of you probably aren't. In a DEX exchange, it's not like going to like a Binance, okay, where you put in a buy order or a sell order. On a DEX exchange, you'll see the price go up, and whatever you're going to sell, whatever price you're going to drive it down to is the price you're going to get for that token. I do like that about the DEX exchanges, but this is what is all involved in that slippage, and that's what's due to not having that adequate liquidity. So all of this information I'm giving you, it's basically just to underscore the importance of deep liquidity in maintaining that price stability and ensuring that users can buy or sell without causing those drastic price changes. And that's what our liquidity provision is all about providing. So we've talked about the liquidity provision. We've talked about, a couple of really important things at the core of GetFit. Now we're going to talk about how you get started with GetFit. And this is minting and crafting the NFT miner. Every miner is unique. There are no two alike. We have 4 levels of miners. They start at mining power of 100%, 125%, 175%, and then the Omega start at 300. But the NFT miner, this is what encapsulates the essence of the GetFit Mining's approach to decentralization. It emphasizes the power and immediacy of blockchain technology to facilitate your real-time earnings and your transactions. So at the heart of this project, it's the ability for users to craft and mint an NFT miner, and they start at $100, the primary does. This initial step, it's unlocking that potential for users to dive into this cutting-edge mining process, where each primary miner is adept at minting additional miners. So you are able to mint 12 miners for an additional cost of $1,200. 12 miners will cost you $1,200. Let's make it simple to understand. And you're going to utilize the native token, the GFAM or the GetFit. So one of the most compelling features of our project is the 25% direct commission that's rewarded to you to aid in the promotion of the miner minting without engaging in mining activities themselves. So this model nurtures a supportive and community-driven ecosystem. This means anybody can come in and participate in the sales side of the miners without having to be mining, without having to make a purchase themselves, and they are going to be able to get a direct commission. This encourages the growth and it encourages participation. Moreover, the inclusion of at least one miner, so if you're mining with at least one miner in the mining dock, you're going to get access to our comprehensive 10-level commission structure, and that enables you to earn up to 65% in commissions. And so these commissions are paid out instantaneously in the same token that was used for the transaction, and it's exemplified by the swift execution of the commissions smart contract. You're not waiting for somebody sitting behind a computer to push a button once you've asked for your commissions. As soon as a sale is made, the smart contract executes the commission directly to you. You claim it to your wallet. It's a done deal. This real-time earning mechanism underscores the decentralized nature of our GetFit ecosystem. So where traditional barriers and delays in transactions are completely eliminated, so we leverage smart contracts. The platform ensures that rewards and commissions are distributed quickly, transparently, and this fosters the trust and the engagement within the community. This not only incentivizes participation, but it also reinforces the ecosystem's resilience and sustainability. The NFT miner, the Genesis program piece, this is your starting point. That's why I use the word Genesis. But it's instant rewards, and it does serve as a testament to the decentralized ideals at the core of GetFit Mining, showcasing how technology can empower individuals and communities in real time right away, right at the beginning. The GetFit Mining ecosystem is ingeniously designed to foster community growth, incentivize user engagement. Oh, I told you I was going to mess up this slide. Hold on, guys. I had to go over this, sorry. Okay, now we're going to talk about the uses and what it does on the decentralized side. When you mint and craft the NFT miner, the ecosystem decentralizes the mining process. So unlike your centralized systems where a single entity controls the mining, this approach gives the power back to the community and enables anyone to participate in the mining activities. Direct and real-time commissions. The distribution of commissions in real time through smart contracts is the hallmark of decentralization. It ensures that rewards are distributed automatically and transparently without the need for a centralized intermediary, and this system promotes trust and fairness within the community. The decentralized governance structure, the 10-level commission structure, and the decision on how commissions are distributed. 65% to commissions, 10% goes to a global bonus pool, and etc. Hint at our decentralized governance model where rules are encoded in these smart contracts, and this allows for automated execution based on predefined rules agreed upon by the community. And then our token circulation strategy. The strategy to maintain a certain number of tokens in circulation and the use of a vault for annual replenishment demonstrates our decentralized approach to managing the token economy. It aims to ensure the long-term sustainability and the value of the token. It's guided by community activities and engagement rather than centralized decision-making. The user-driven value creation. The ecosystem reliance on user engagement, participation for value creation. Example, the more users who use the GFAM token, the higher its value. This underscores, again, the decentralized model of value generation. This contrasts with traditional centralized models where value is often dictated by a few entities. The GetFit Mining ecosystem embodies decentralization through its innovative use of blockchain technology, smart contracts, and a community-driven approach to mining governance and economic management. So these elements work together to ensure that the platform remains transparent, equitable, and resistant to central points of failure and control. The evolution, this is the big piece here. When you mint your primary miners, you have 12. Right now you can mine with 6 omegas. To get to those 6 omegas, you need to start with 12 primaries. So step one, I want you guys to try to envision this in your mind so you really grasp the power behind this. This is probably the most powerful piece of our whole ecosystem. Step one, you come in, you mint your primary miners. So we're going to just say that the person who's going to mint these miners is going the full amount. They're going to go all the way to the highest powered 6 omegas. So you are going to spend $1,200 in GFAM or the GetFit tokens to mint those miners. That means you have to go to the exchange. You have to buy The GFAM or the GetFit, $1,200, and you come back, and now you're going to mint those miners, and you're going to introduce that $1,200 worth of GFAM or the GetFit tokens into the ecosystem. What happens next is the commission and the impact that it has on the liquidity. Commissions pay out, just assume everybody goes back to the exchange and sells their commissions. 65% of the minting cost at $780 is paid out in commissions. And whoever receives those commissions goes right to the exchange and they sell it. You have to remember that still has a liquidity retention of 35% of that initial $1,200 purchase. That's leaving $420 is remaining in that liquidity pool. So there's a big market impact. The initial purchase is adding that $1,200 to the market value, and even when the commissions are sold, it's still leaving $420 on that liquidity pool. Now, once you've done that the minting of those 12 primaries, you head over to the evolution, and now you're going to evolve those 12 primaries to those higher mining tier miners. So the process is you're going to take those 12 primary miners and you're going to upgrade them to the ultra miners. And then you're going to upgrade those ultras to the alphas. And finally, you're going to take those 12 alphas and you're going to merge them to create the 6 omega miners. The cost for upgrading and merging is $2,400. Now this is the part you got to really grasp. The liquidity injection by the evolution contract. One, before injecting the liquidity means it's got equal pairs. So if it's $2,400, it's got to inject $1,200 of the token and $1,200 of the pair, which is USDT in our case. So you take that evolution contract, goes and buys $1,200 worth of, we'll say GFAM. It comes back and it has to pair it to the remaining $1,200 in USDT. So once this is paired, it's going to inject it into the liquidity pool. So that one transaction, $1,200, somebody went to the exchange, bought it to mint. $780 was paid out in commissions. The evolution contract does that market correction, and it purchases $1,200, and then it injects $2,400. That one single transaction ended up with $3,600 from the evolution and a remaining $420 from that purchase. Can you see how that has a massive impact on the liquidity pool? This is a big deal. So this step ensures that there's always enough liquidity in the pool to support the new value that's being added and stabilizes the market. So when it buys token to pair, it injects that liquidity, which stabilizes the market price where it was added. Now, the evolution contract is not predictable, okay? It has an algorithm it has to follow due to market conditions. So it's not something you're going to be able to say, oh, I'm going to get my commissions, and I know the evolution contract's going to head right over there and buy it. It's not. What it does is it looks for the right time to come in and buy. It wants to buy as low as it possibly can, just like humans, and then it wants to bring it back, pair it to the USDT, and inject it into the liquidity. And that's a very powerful piece, and I'll show you on our next Zoom exactly how that works, because I've got demonstrations of it when the evolution contract was working before we started our promo. So the overall market impact and correction with the total liquidity increase, the liquidity pool grows by that $420 that was initially retained, $1,200 that it purchased, and the $2,400 from the liquidity injection. So that's a big market value enhancement from its initial start of that $1,200 purchase. The evolution's contracts requirement to buy an additional $1,200 of GFAM or the GetFit tokens before pairing it with the USDT for liquidity injection. That's that critical step in the process. That's where you get that market correction from when somebody sells their commission. So a lot of people have said to me when we were building this, well, yeah, but people are going to go sell it. Well, of course they're going to go sell it. That's why we have the evolution, because that goes back in and it corrects it. We want you to be able to sell your tokens. What good is a project if all you can do is hold your tokens? And so you've got to make sure that the project can, support it, that it can stabilize that market. So this ensures that the liquidity pool is adequately bolstered, facilitates a significant market value correction, and stability enhancement. So this detailed mechanism, this underscores the sophistication of our GetFit Mining ecosystem, and it demonstrates how strategic actions and smart contract operations contribute to the stability and the growth of our project. So this approach not only streamlines the evolution of miners, but it also reinforces our ecosystem's liquidity and our market value, which also highlights the profound impact of our evolution feature. The mining dock, we're almost done, guys, because I'm about ready to stop where we're at and then pick up tomorrow. The mining dock, this is a very important piece to our ecosystem as well. The mining dock, when you're mining, it unlocks a lot of access to our system. So we have a staking feature, okay, where you can stake the native tokens. If you're not mining in the mining dock, you cannot stake and earn those rewards. It's only for people who are contributing to the ecosystem. So a person can't go to the exchange, purchase the GFAM or the GetFit, come back and stake those tokens. You have to be mining. And the rewards that you receive from the staking is based on your mining power. And that's another presentation for tomorrow. But just to let you know, like the mining dock impacts a lot of the different features within the app. But this serves as your hub where you're going to connect those NFT miners to participate in the mining process. This is the innovative feature that emphasizes the blend of our technology and our strategy that underpins the ecosystem's decentralized nature. So here's how it all integrates into the broader ecosystem. One, you do have a fee that you pay. Now remember, whenever you're paying for something inside the app, it also contributes to the liquidity. But the mining dock, it's a one-time fee. It's a lifetime access fee, and it allows you to dock multiple miners. You can, swap them out, whatever it is that you want to do. But this also grants you that perpetual access to the mining infrastructure. It aligns with the principles of the decentralization by ensuring that once a user is onboarded, they have uninterrupted access to mine and contribute to the ecosystem without those reoccurring costs. The fee allocation for liquidity. A portion of the mining dock one-time fee is also strategically allocated to the evolution contract. So this mechanism is designed to directly funnel resources into sustaining and enhancing the ecosystem's liquidity. By doing so, it's ensuring that the liquidity pool is remaining robust, facilitating smooth transactions and stabilizing market dynamics. What always happens in projects that you get involved in, they keep giving you more tokens, more tokens, more tokens. If you stake, you get more of their token. If you farm, you get more of their token. You're always getting more tokens. You get tokens for referring, you get tokens for this, tokens for that. They're continuously diluting the market. We have a set amount of tokens that are distributed on a daily basis for X amount of years through our airdrop. And so by allocating these additional funds to the liquidity, it is covering what is going to be mined each day. That's another thing to take into consideration. As you're mining these tokens, you don't want the value of the token to continue going down. You want to know that that token's going to stay robust, and then it's going to continue to be stable. And so it becomes more and more stable according to that peer-to-peer community. The more user engagement, the more stable the token, the higher the value, because every time you're doing something within the system, it's contributing to the stabilization of that pool. So those tokens that you're mining are increasing in value. So the mining dock and its associated fee structure, they do play a critical role in maintaining the decentralized nature of the GetFit mining ecosystem. By decentralizing access to the mining through the one-time fee and using part of that fee to enhance the liquidity, the platform fosters that self-sustaining environment. And this approach minimizes reliance on central authorities or external liquidity providers, and it keeps the ecosystem resilient and driven by its users. The contribution to the ecosystem. The seamless integration of the mining dock into the GetFit mining ecosystem exemplifies a harmonious balance between user empowerment and ecosystem sustainability. Users are empowered to mine and earn rewards actively, while their contributions through the one-time lifetime fee reinforces the ecosystem's liquidity and overall health. So the mining dock not only facilitates the mining process, but it also embodies the decentralized ethos of the GetFit mining project. Its fee structure ensures that while users gain lifetime access to the mining opportunities, they also contribute to the ecosystem's liquidity and the ecosystem stability, and reinforces the decentralized and the community-driven foundation of this platform. We're going to talk about the GFAM. I want everybody to understand the tokenomics. We're going to go over this probably every single night because I'm going to hit it just real quickly. There are a maximum of 3 billion GFAM. I'm going to quit sharing. I'm not going to quit sharing. I'm going to quit doing the, I'm going to put this view up a little bit higher. Let me see. So I want to be able to do a couple of things here. Where's my view at? Make this view a little bit higher. Close this. I try to get you guys as much view of it as possible. Okay. So bring it down here. Get rid of my notes. All right. So we're going to talk about the GFAM first. What the max is. The GFAM has a max of 3 billion tokens that are distributed over 30 years, 100 million per year. Currently, there is 2,600,381,429 GFAM in the vault. Now, mind you, people have been mining these for 2.5 years, okay? So there are 35 million in the airdrop. This is what it will be every single day. 274,000 GFAM are distributed to the miners. So circulating, there's currently 363,823,438 GFAM. This is what I love, though. 258,544,000 of these are being staked. That shows very solid community support, and that's critical on a baby project that's just getting its legs and ready to take off. Currently, the liquidity pool has 1,701,000 GFAM. And so that leaves holders, wallet holders, 103 million. Okay, just giving you some of the basics. The GetFit, that is not on the exchange. It will be listed on May 4th. There's 100 million that will be distributed over 30 years, and that is 1 million per year. So circulating supply at the moment, we changed our tokenomics on that when we made it less. It was 3 million per year, but we've dropped it down to 1 million, and we removed, can't remember how many it was. I'd have to go back and look. So there's a little bit of extra in here than should be. It should be 3 million per year is our original tokenomics. And so right now we're working on just 1 million. I'm going to talk to you about that here in a second. It's going to all make sense to you. So now we're going to talk about the pool. On May 4th, when we list the tokens, we have 3 options. And this is based on several factors. So let's come down here. Those of you who are on the call, we're doing our promo right now, where I was showing you the minting of the miners, the mining, upgrading up to those omegas. It's a total of $3,600 for 6 omegas. Right now, what we're working on is that peer-to-peer community, that mass adoption, and bringing in our user base. And so what you see here are these promotions. On March 16th, the $200 promo ends. On March 30th, so it'll be $300 from March 17th to March 30th. It'll go up to $400 between March 31st, April 13th, $500 April 14th to April 27th, $600 April 28th to May 4th. On May 4th, at midnight, so beginning on May 5th, everything goes back into the full mechanics of GetFit Mining. You'll go to the exchange, you'll buy the GFAM, you'll mint it, mint your miners, and you'll go through the evolution process. So right now what we're doing is we have our goals. Our goal at the moment is to have, increase our community by 25,000 people. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to take this slide back down because I want you guys to see what we're working with. And okay, so I'm not what do they call that? Not enticing you. I'm actually giving you factual information based on real tokenomics of the evolution contract and what, I'm going to hide these meeting controls, and what the evolution contract actually does for itself. This has no bearing on what the community is going to do. So I'm only giving you examples of what the evolution contract will do. So if we were to sell 5,000 packages of the omegas, six omegas in your package at each tier, that is going to generate $10 million in sales. 6.5 million is paid out in commissions. There's 3.5 million remaining from the sales that goes to liquidity, and then the mining dock. When people spend the money to dock their miners, that's another 2 million. So that's 5.5 million that would be going into that liquidity. When you're looking here at the GFAM, this is a fully liquid pool. if we were to inject that $2,750,000 dollars of GFAM, it would be 007 fully liquid. If we only take into consideration the GFAM that is in the wallet holders using that same 2.7 million, it would list the token at 0.02. If we go full bore volatility, which because of our system, it's not a problem to do because we're always, the evolution continuously recorrects and adds that liquidity. We're actually safe to do this and list that token at $1.61. With the GetFit, it's not on the exchange, fully liquid. It would list at 11 cents. But this is considering that 11,976,000 GetFit tokens were also were sold into that liquidity pool. Like that whole liquidity pool had 11,976,000 GetFit with the USDT. We could low price 11 cents, but because it only gets started with 100,000, that lists at $13.75. That's a big deal. With these tokens. Now, even I'll show you if we just completely bomb, okay, slow start, whatever, 2,500 sales, you're still looking at a price GFAM at 16 cents and the GetFit at $1.37. So while I say we just completely bomb, that's really not a bomb. I mean, that's actually not that bad. But you can see how mass adoption is going to have a major impact on that liquidity pool and how we're going to list on May 4th and what the value is going to be on that token. So these are the dates of the tiers. For those of you that don't have your miners or you want to start bringing your teams in, you are getting those commissions. And for tomorrow's Zoom, so I'm going to let you guys ask questions if you have some quick on what we already went over. Tomorrow we're going to go over the airdrop, the submitting of your proof of physical activity, claiming your rewards, the challenges that you can create, one-on-one, group challenges, global challenges, leasing of your miners where other people's physical activity are now mining rewards for them and you, the marketplace, the staking, the arenas, the Hall of Fame, the gems, the boosts, the mystery boxes, the loot drops, the badges, and the trophies. And every single one of these contribute to the liquidity. So I don't want to overwhelm people and go in the whole system, but you got the introduction of the ecosystem and how it operates. And then tomorrow we'll go over the rest of it. And then we can really start doing that deep dive.